Kind of moving on. The next thing that we're going to look at is going to be managing workflows. So I always like to call this groups and divisions. I describe it as a bucketing system, and it's probably one of the more powerful features within Reviewr. So it gets used a lot of different ways. It gets used as a way to manage categories, phases of review, locations, a combination of all of that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to walk through at a high level how it works and let your imagination take over how you think it fits your process the best. But at its core, you've got a bucket, and you can call your bucket whatever you want. So in this case, we call it the Merlin Award. Now you have a bucket and you fill it up with submissions, typically automatically. So in this example, when people apply to the award program and they chose the Merlin Award or the XYZ scholarship or the XYZ grant, the system will recognize their choice and drop them automatically into that bucket. So now I've got a bucket full of entries. The next step is to fill up your bucket with a team to review. So in this use case, when these individuals come into Reviewr, they're only going to see the entries or the data in the bucket that they've been assigned to. So it's really powerful from a data security perspective of limiting who can see what. It's also powerful from a workflow perspective. So if it's an award program or a scholarship, maybe it's committee-based, and you have different committees who are evaluating different categories or subsets of submissions, it's great. You just fill up your bucket. When they come in, they only see what they're intended to. It's also powerful in the sense of managing within your bucket who can see what. So if I open my bucket up, it's actually going to show me two different lists. List number one is all of my applicants. List number two is my staff. So what I can do here is do a ton of really robust automation and randomization as well. Commonly used to manage compliance, where a lot of our clients might say, hey, if you apply for XYZ scholarship, you're going to get looked at by 6 random review members blindly. So that's how you do this in Reviewr, is you'd actually come in here and say, okay, let's grab my list of review team members and let's auto assign each one of them, maybe no more than 12 entries, but no less than 8. And the system will literally do the math and give each one an equal distribution, not to exceed 12, but not to go below 8. Vice versa, maybe you want to say, hey, for the sake of fairness, every single submission must get looked at by 5 people, 5 people by random. So I can actually come in here, grab all of my entries and click auto assign and give each one no more than 5 and no less than 5. And then boom, the system is going to give every single submission 5 eyeballs on it to review. So super powerful. It also allows you to do manual pairings as well. So maybe there's a conflict of an interest, or what happens if a review member drops out at the last minute. So what you can do here is you can say, hey, let's go over to my review listing and say, okay, Erica. I'm going to grab Erica's name and I'm going to go ahead and click manually assign. And I'm going to pick and choose specifically from my list of applicants when Erica logs in, who she's going to have access to. Set assignments, and then boom. Now when Erica logs in, she will see a total of 8 people, and these are the 8 applicants Erica will review. So at a high level, you can have your review team look at all of the submissions or all of the submissions in the bucket, or you can start to do either manual or automatic pairings to make it a much more manageable number. So very, very powerful feature that controls, again, 2 things. Number one is what review members are seeing what submissions, but also if I go back, it manages workflows. So there's a progression system that we're going to get to that allows you to take the results of these buckets and actually move both submissions and review team members to the next review. So maybe in this example, this says phase 1, and when these people are done, you take like the top 10 and you advance them to what I would call phase 2, and then a separate team is in charge of reviewing phase 2. That separate team has different staff members. They also have different scoring criteria, different dates and deadlines, etc. So very, very powerful workflow management.